So hi, welcome to Milliken's Chambers Gallery. I'm Shelby Kohler.
I'm Allie Wall.
And I'm Caitlin Shellman. And this gallery was made by Caitlin Chambers, who made it for her Quest Senior project. She worked on it all year, and now she gave it to the school to use for their own purposes.
So our show that we're currently displaying is Unlimited: Crossing Borders in Space, and it shows and exhibits artwork that questions: do tangible borders exist in space or in the physical world, or are they invisible manifestations of the human mind?
So what we really did is we made a call for works and we sent it out to every art class on campus, and they all gave us what they thought that best represented the theme. We have some abstract pieces, some literal representations, and some personal experience. For me, this piece really reminds me of the Dada art movement, where it was the first form of shock art, and it really was just meant to evoke a reaction from it. So what do you guys feel when you look at it? What do you think it represents?
Not stopping.
Some kind of violent thing happened to it.
Yeah, an accident,
Yes.
something horrific. Yeah.
And if you actually look in, there is an eye taped on the inside of the hole. You can see. And does that change what you feel about it?
An eye? Oh, I see.
More interesting.
It doesn't change for me, it intensifies it for me.
Okay.
That's actually a picture of the artist's eye, and she created it by taking a stop sign and pounding it with a mallet.
It's really trying to focus on what society is kind of telling young girls what they need to look like. So, do you guys like this piece or do you not like it? Just generally. Okay. If you could change one thing about it to make it more like impactful, what would you have changed?
Do you feel like the artist portrayed her message clearly?
It's funny, as we've given tours, we find that people either generally really like this piece or they really are disturbed by it and generally don't like it.
Yeah, there's no middle area.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Especially, I think, because they are students and they do deal with this a lot and the pressures. So,
That's probably the underlying thing, is about looking at yourself.
yeah.
Reflection of who you are, because of that mirror symmetry. It's repetitious, and the color limitations are really nicely selected. The gold, black and white, and then that neutral peach. It's really, I like it.
What the artist did is it actually created a skull. And right here you can see it just loops around, and then there's the eye sockets right along there. But she's actually a close friend of mine, and I saw her working on it. And the process that she went through, she put this song, Somebody I Used to Know by Gyote, on repeat, and just kind of started drawing. She didn't really know what she was doing, and she ended up drawing a skull because at the time she was going through some personal problems with boys and people not liking her and stuff. And then by the time she had finished it, like, she's like, okay, maybe I was being a little bit melodramatic. So she decided to directly contrast that with the purple and the pink coloring.
Very good, actually. It is the environment. This artist, Alejandra Gonzalez, was concerned with destruction of nature. So she showed that through abstraction with like literally a destroyed picture with the lines that are cutting through. And red and green, they're complementary colors, but each one you can tell has a different connotation. So like that's nature, and then that's supposed to be like fire or like hell, and it's destroying this like tranquil side over here with the anger on that side. So we have an activity for you that's on a worksheet where you can go about the gallery and find your own abstract work.
And so how did you become a docent here?
I took the class AP Art History. It was a prerequisite for museum studies. And we're on the education committee. So basically that's a committee that makes brochures, and we wrote the wall text that you read over there, and we give the tours. And we also have exhibitions and marketing.
But I kind of wanted to ask you what you thought about how it fit into your theme about borders and limitations, and kind of see if I interpret it the same way. So how does this fit?
I think that, well, when I see this piece, I see the literal borders, you know, the square lines, the red dot is kind of confined by these shapes. And so that, I think, is more of a literal interpretation, at least to me it is.
But it's abstract, but I mean, because the red dots could represent anything or anything.
We're going to be overseeing everything because this is still our gallery. So we're definitely going to be overseeing it, but the artists are painting it.
Okay.
So
just lending it to them.
And several of us who are in the Museum Studies program actually have pieces that are going in here too. So we actually met today at lunch to kind of go over what to do in a gallery, how to hang it, and how to please not mess up our walls.
Now you have the advantage. You have a lot more training than most. They do the brochure, they will be doing the wrap card, that's their job. We just oversee and give as much, they deserve the freedom that they.
I mean, a good percentage, a good amount of the artwork that you probably liked probably will be in it.
Right.
What kind of feedback are you getting on your gallery?
Oh, there's been so much praise, I think. I mean,
everyone liked it.
it's kind of like this hidden treasure, you know, you're not expecting it and you walk in and you're like, oh my goodness, this is great.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know in the open house that there was a gallery here.
It's just throughout the course of the year, we've had more and more shows, and then more and more people have come to each one. The first show we had like maybe 10 people.
The show's been way different than our other ones because usually when we have open house, it's covered from like
Head to
floor
toe.
to ceiling, but this one we actually placed everything and decided where it was all going to go and had wall text for
We're
the
getting
first
the word out now that this is here and this is what we're doing, and it's really great.
You're serious about your
Yeah,
space.
this is-
not just come put up your stuff. There's
Yep, this
thought
isn't just a
behind it.
garage where everyone can hang up their
Exactly,
art.
that's what we wanted to do. Yeah. This is your space and people should respect it as your space.
They should feel honored that they're here. It's very impressive.
Well prepared, you spoke very well, and public speaking is not easy for a lot of people, and you did that very well. And just really well prepared, your questions were well thought out, open-ended. I mean, I was very impressed with what you did.
The exercise was fun.
Yeah.